Hi guys, so today we're going to do a lesson just on squares and square roots. Tomorrow you guys are going to start the Pythagorean theorem because we're done with chapter 2. And in order to do the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and you'll see that tomorrow, you need to know what it means to be squared and how to take the square root of something. So we're going to do a quick little mini lesson, something we would have done in class before, just to check that you all know it. But today we're going to take a whole lesson in doing that. You're going to have an IXL to work on this, plus you're going to have a little piece of paper that I would like you to do, which I will tell you at the end of this. Okay, so let's get started. So what does it mean when it says a squared? So a squared technically just means a times a. So if you were to put a number in there, like right here, and we would make it 9 squared, it would be 9 times 9, which is equal to 81. And 6 squared equals 6 times 6 equals 36, and so on and so on. So those are pretty easy. You kind of had to touch on this when we were doing the area of a triangle when we had radius squared. We touched on it just a tad bit, but I wanted you guys to be pretty solid in this before you went to algebra, plus before we started this Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so today or tomorrow when you do your homework, the biggest thing you're going to get is you're going to get answers that say something like b, let me write here, b squared equals 49. And in order to solve just for b, what you're going to do is, and I'll do it in blue here, let's change it to blue, is you're going to take the square root of both sides in order to get your answer. So the square root of b squared obviously is just b because it's b times b. But then this is the funny thing right here. What is the square root of 79? So you're kind of undoing like what we did up above. So what number times itself equals 49? Well, then your answer would be 7 because 7 times 7 is 49. So when you're undoing a square, you take the square root. So this is what I'd like you to do. So here, if you look here, the square root of 25 is, I don't know why I wrote 5 there, guys. Sorry. It's not that. It is just 5 because it's 5 times 5. The square root of 16 is 4. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to get out a piece of paper for a reference for yourself. And I want you to make a list. And I want you to just write on it. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Because most of the homework you're going to get for the Pythagorean theorem are going to be working with perfect squares, okay? So I want you to write 4 times 4 is 16 all the way through 15. So 1 times 1 all the way down to 15 times 15. And that's going to kind of be a little cheat sheet for yourself in order to figure it out. So you don't have to go back and think, well, what is 13 times 13? But let's say you get a really high number on your Pythagorean theorem tomorrow. What you really need to do is just check and guess. So if you think the answer might be 16, you're going to just have to put 16 times 16 or 17 times 17 and see what answer you may get, if that makes sense. But for today, what I would like you to do is make this list right here on a piece of paper, 1 through 15. You can go down as far as you want, but I want to see at least 1 through 15. Submit that in your work, and then I want you to go ahead and do the IXL. It's 7th grade I.10, and it's going to just be asking you what are the square root of numbers, which is just like right here. So they're going to give you stuff like what is the square root of 49? And you're going to write 7. What is the square root of 25? And you're going to put in 5. Okay, do that for 20 minutes or 100 or 80%. I think most of you will be finishing it pretty quick. Good luck, and you can ask me questions if you need help.